I guarantee when I sit down to do these sit-down videos, the neighbors start building additions to their homes, the children are running and screaming. Right now, a loudspeaker has just started up. It's during the night. It's all very wonderful. I grew up on a farm, guys. I'm not used to apartments, so just excuse me. I'll get over it.
I've seen a lot of change, been through a lot of pain. Some things are not the same as they were a year ago, but all will be okay. I move on each and every day. The past is where it stays, way back a year ago. I've changed for the better this time. I thought I would never be fine.
Welcome to our channel. If you haven't yet subscribed, 84% of you guys have not yet subscribed to my channel, and I just think that's not very fair. So subscribe and click the bell, please. Today is going to be a sit-down video. Koree was supposed to be here, but he's away with work, and last minute he decided he won't be able to make it for the video. So it's just going to be me and you guys this time, but I do promise I'm bringing a sit-down with Koree as well. So today's video is actually going to be about talking more about the Amish and the Mennonites. I know my video about the Mennonite church really kind of blew up, and people want to know more about the difference between Amish and Mennonite, as well as what the mission is doing here, and just more information. I had actually reached out to the mission to see if I could interview them, and that wasn't possible. So I'm gonna tell you guys as much as I know about it from working there for 2.5 years before I got married. So before I get in my video today, I just want to take a few moments to dedicate to all my new subscribers. You guys have blown up my YouTube channel and taken me from like 2,000 some followers to 7,000. I am so grateful. My husband and I are so thankful for you guys, and we thank you so much for your love, your support to us, and for showing interest in our lives and enjoying our videos. It truly does mean the world to us. So we just wanted to take a moment and say thank you for that. You guys are making my dream of being able to work at home and work from home come true, and for that I am forever grateful. It's really hard as a foreigner in another country to be even allowed to work, to have a job. And I know you guys have seen our video about our business going viral. Just wanted to touch on that a little bit. We actually no longer have the pretzel business. So being able to work from home with my YouTube channel was very important to me, to be able to help with income and to help out my husband. He does Uber, and he does still fix laptops and phones as well. But for the pretzel business, it just didn't work out. The costs of oil went up. Like already the profit wasn't that much. So we just closed it and tried to find other avenues. And so long story short, you guys are making my dreams of being able to work from home come true, and I'm so grateful for that. Speaking of working from home, today's video is sponsored by a small family-owned business called Mekify. They're an amazing Christian family of whom I had the wonderful opportunity of doing a video call with them and talking about their business. Emeka and Ife are originally from Nigeria, Africa, but they now live in Canada with their 4 children. They are professionals by day, as Ife is practicing engineering and Emeka is an IT project manager. So after work, this couple transforms into digital marketing entrepreneurs, which has actually been their side hustle for the past 4 years now. Doing this online digital marketing business, they have done very, very well for themselves. So for some people, getting a good salary is really all they care about. For Emeka and Ife, they wanted something more. They wanted to be in charge of their schedule, their money, and being able to manage their own lives. And they realized this when Emeka was driving an hour and a half one way to work, missing so many of those important things at school with their kids. The couple decided to find a side hustle while traveling the world, spending time with their kids, and still making money. So they decided on digital marketing. Emeka and Ife truly believe that anyone can learn this digital marketing, regardless of your location or your background. All you really need is internet connection and a willingness to learn new things. As we well know, today the richest people are in the digital marketing space. Digital is here to stay, so they are inviting you to take advantage of this opportunity of learning how to operate on a digital platform and earn your own income. Thanks to the internet, you can work from your own home. Now is the time to explore digital business, so connect with Emeka and Ife through their website. Their website is www. Wait, let me let you go grab a pen and a paper. You getting that? Okay, let's go. Their website is www.mekify.com. Mekify is spelled Mekify. So their webinar is completely free. You can sign up there and get more information about the business and about having them teach you more about digital marketing. And you yourself can have a side hustle and possibly one day a full-time job from your own house. No more depending on others, no more canceling those weekend plans. You'll be your own boss. Doesn't that sound amazing? Love the sound of that. All right, guys, that's it. Let's get into the video for today and let's talk about Amish and Mennonite people and what are they doing in Kenya. So first of all, talking about Amish, Mennonite in Kenya, let's break it down. The people here in Kenya are not Amish. They are Mennonites. Okay, let's get that straight. Amish drive horses and carriages and have big beards and hats and big bonnets and don't have electricity and all that type of stuff. That's the main things people think of when they think of the differences between Amish and Mennonite. Mennonites can have cars, electricity, buy some of their clothes instead of making all of their clothes and all that stuff. All that said, Amish have like probably 15 different kinds of Amish, some being more liberal, some being way, way conservative. Okay? Then you have Mennonites, and there's probably 15 or more types of Mennonites, where you have some that are more conservative and some that are more liberal. The ones that are here would be a more conservative Mennonite. My husband and I personally are not a part of any church right now, but we are part of a more liberal group of Mennonites back at home. Now let's get into the mission. So, there's a mission board in the U.S., and they have a mission compound here in Kisumu. They have one in Nakuru. Those two towns are both in Kenya, for those who don't know, about 6 hours apart. They rent houses in these big compounds, and they're not exclusive to just the Mennonites. There's Indians that live there, other Kenyans who live there, but they rent these houses in these compounds, and then they ask families from Mennonite churches all over the U.S. and Canada probably too, but for sure the U.S., to volunteer service for them. So that's what happened to my family. We were just going about our merry little lives in the U.S., and someone called us and said, there's a need for a pastor and his family with our mission. Would you come and work for us? Basically voluntary service. Okay, so everybody that comes, we basically drop our lives at home, move to the mission where they provide a house, they provide like food and clothing and rent. So basically what they need you to do is to help them with church planting. I know people have asked about, are they just bringing religion? Are they not doing anything else? They are simply doing what they call church planting. My video blew up, so obviously with 100,000 views, you'll have some wide range of emotions going on. Picture me somewhere in the middle. Like, I've been there with the mission, and we worked with them for, I was there 2.5 years. My family was there 3 years. If you want more on that, listen to our love story. But anyway, as a person standing on neutral ground in between both parties that are really happy with that they're here and the party that's really upset that they're here, I can say they do so much good. And as a Christian, I can see what they're doing spiritually and telling people about the Lord, and people's lives are changed. People going from drunkards to being good husbands at home and loving the Lord. They do amazing things. However, there are some things as far as culturally goes where it feels a little bit like stripping their culture away and giving them their culture. And that's the part I don't necessarily agree with. Yeah, I think you can say somebody does a lot of good, but you might not agree with everything that they do. That's kind of where my husband and I are at, and that is why, candidly speaking, we are not members at their church. That's another big thing with conservative people, is they will often have like a membership whereby anybody is welcome to visit. However, once you become a member, you are subjected to like different rules they've agreed on and the way that they've chosen to live out the Bible, which might include a certain dress code, a certain type of covering. Like they have these rules that they lay out for you, and then you are obliged to follow them. They do tons of good, but there's a lot I don't agree with. And it's okay. They have been here for 30 years, way before I was here, and they'll be here way after I leave Kenya. So I definitely don't want this video to be bad-mouthing the mission, because they've done a ton of good and they have changed people's lives for the better. So now let me break it down as far as how the mission works. Missionaries come here and dedicate their lives for 2 to 4 years. Some end up staying here for 7, 10 years. And they go to church with these people, teach them about God, preach with them, have Bible studies with them, teach them about baptism, communion, feet washing, all the things that a lot of mainstream churches kind of lose over time. So that is what they do here. They do work alongside another mission that's called CAM, Christian Aid Ministries. Now, Christian Aid Ministries, they distribute packages to like widows and orphans, giving them food. They do have an aid part too that can be available to widows and orphans. But the ones that do church planting, they just give a lot of themselves, their time, their energy, and they also help them every now and then wherever they can. However, like I said, they're working as volunteers. So they have limited resources, but they do really help them wherever they can, and they have a heart for the people here. So long story short, that is what the missionaries are doing here, and I hope that answered a lot of you guys' questions. Towards the end of this video here, a little bit about Amish Mennonite difference. I grew up Amish. If you go and listen to our love story, I share a little bit about it in there. I was born and raised Amish until I was 12 years old, and the Amish community we were in, it would have been kind of in the middle, in between being really liberal and really conservative. We were somewhere in the middle. So we didn't have electricity, we didn't have cars, so I grew up with like horse and buggy. The men have to wear hats and have big beards. And I know there's some things online about the Amish. Some are accurate a little bit. Most are not accurate at all. So it's kind of hard unless you live close to an Amish community where you can actually go and talk to them yourself to get the right information, because there's a lot of misinformation on the internet about Amish and Mennonite people. So let me talk a little bit about some of the things that they are parallel in as far as what they believe in. They believe in women having skirts for modesty. They believe in non-resistance, like they wouldn't serve in the army. They have strong family values, both Amish and Mennonites. So Amish and Mennonite people really are a culture within a culture. They live in America, but most are not like your mainstream Americans. Among Amish and Mennonite, there's huge trust for each other. Like they trust each other with their lives. And so when you leave that setting and you're thrown into somewhere like Kenya, it's really something you have to unlearn, that you really can't trust everybody, because growing up you just trust everybody. That's a big thing that they have in their communities, is trust for each other. They help each other. They're a tight-knit community. So I hope this answered some of you guys' questions and made sense. I feel like I just kind of was all over the place and rambling, but hopefully this answered some of you guys' questions about Amish and Mennonite people and also why they are in Kenya and what they're doing here. If you got all the way through the video, congratulations. A little hint, the next video is another Amish Mennonite church here in Kisumu. There's about 9 different churches here in Kisumu. So leave us a comment in the comment section. Would you like us to do like a trip where we go to a different Amish Mennonite church every Sunday and you get to see them? Let me know in the comments. All right, guys, I will catch you guys on the next video. Thanks for your love and support. We love you guys, and we'll see you later. Bye. Unlike our forefathers, we no longer have to depend on smoke signals